What's up, YouTube? So I'm finally getting a gym workout video in. I've been kind of shy to like make a video because I feel like brand new to the gym. Like I only started in June, but I feel like I'm finally starting to get like a little like routine down. So I just wanted to show you, especially since y'all been attacking me in the comments basically on what my workout routine is. So let's get into it. So right now I'm just grabbing some wipes to wipe down this yoga mat, and I don't care what anybody says, but if you don't wipe down your gym equipment before you use it, you're nasty. So I filmed this on a Thursday, but Tuesdays and Thursdays are arm days. But no matter what day it is, I always start with core during my warm-ups, Monday through Friday, so that's every day 5 times a week. And right now I'm just starting off with raised leg crunches, and for every core workout that I do, it's always 4 sets of 20. I'm just not going to show me doing all 4 because this video would be like 1,000 years long otherwise. I'm not gonna lie, this should be burning, so I always do this weird stretch like in between my sets. Then for the next workout, I always do just like regular crunches with my legs down, and then again 4 sets of 20. And what I notice, what really helps when I do these ab workouts, like in general, I don't know if you can tell, like if you're watching like my ribs move and like my stomach moving as I'm doing the workout, but I'm always exhaling as I'm crunching, if that makes sense. So it's like kind of like what they teach you in Pilates, and it just makes the workout, I feel like, way more effective. And this way, make sure that you're not like holding your breath. It like forces you to breathe. And if you ever see me in the gym and you see my feet like start tapping like this, just know I am going through it. Like it hurts so bad. And then for the next workout, I like to do alternating leg raises. I know some people will do it where their back is flat against the floor, but I like to be on my elbows. I don't know why, I just feel it better. Dios mío, I'm trying to keep up with this voiceover. It's low-key a challenge. This shit's going so fast. Also, for this workout specifically, I do the alternating leg raises for 30, so it's like 15 on each side. Then for the next workout, I actually am going to be laying flat on the floor. I do like to put my hands like under my tailbone because otherwise it hurts my back, but I do more leg raises, and this like really focuses on your lower abs. Also for these, I do 4 sets of 10. I'm not gonna lie, these be whooping my ass. That's why I only do 10 reps, but do as many as you can. Honestly, like 10, I'm like dying. My body language at the gym, I didn't even realize until I recorded myself because I never work out by the mirrors, but you can tell I was literally spent after this. Okay, so now for the next workout, it's just a plank, just like a regular one. Try to stay as flat as possible if you want to feel it like crazy. And I try to hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute. And I know I said to stay as flat as possible, but like if you're too flat, it's gonna start to really hurt your lower back. And I don't know why, but my feet always start to like slip, so I always have to like readjust. So don't make fun of me, okay? So I do the planks for like a minute or so, and I make sure that I do it twice. And don't mind me right here, just ignore it. I'm just over here rethinking my entire life because we still got a whole arm workout to do. But then after that, I like to go into this little like cobra stretch. I think that's what it's called. And then I just stretch out my arms and my back with child's pose. And here I am again, about to clean the dumbbells before I use them. You're gonna see me cleaning literally everything before I use it. So just know, I'm not gonna say it every time, but just know what's happening. Okay, finally moving on to the arm workout. I'm starting off with bicep curls, and I do 4 sets of 10. And since I'm not trying to grow my arms, I'm just trying to slim them down and tone them, I just use like super light weights. I think these are 5 pounds. So I feel like SpongeBob right now, like where he's lifting teddy bears and marshmallows. Next up is shoulder presses. I'm pretty sure your feet are supposed to be shoulder width apart, so that's why I'm adjusting it. I don't know why I didn't do that for the bicep curls, so don't be like me. Make sure you're standing with good form. Alright, next workout is overhead tricep presses. Of course, it's 4 sets of 10, just like the rest of the workouts. Sometimes I like to do 12 to 15 reps, but it depends on my mood, but at least 10 reps. And honestly, this workout's my favorite just because I feel like my triceps is like where I have the most fat on my arms, so I really be going crazy with these ones. Okay, so now for what I think is the hardest arm workout that I do. I think they're called Around the Worlds. Yeah, they literally make me miserable, but they're so worth it because they make your shoulders and your arms and like everything super toned and look super nice. Okay, so we're finally on to the last arm workout, which is seated rows. To be honest, I don't even know if that's actually what they're called. I'm honestly like Googling things right now as I'm editing this video, but let's just assume that they're called seated rows. You can see what I'm doing. It kind of works on like your back too, like your upper back, I think like your lats. And as much as I really only wanted to do 8 reps, I still did 10. Honestly, right now I'm just rolling out my back because I think I hurt it on Monday, and then on Tuesday I woke up and I couldn't even like move my back. It was like my upper back was messed up and my neck, so I started rolling it out. But honestly, it felt like heaven, so I think I'm gonna just start doing this every time I do arms and like back. I'm gonna just like add that part of my workout. Alright, and then last but not least, we got cardio. So right now I'm on the treadmill, which normally I don't even do the treadmill, but the Stairmasters were all being used, which was really rude. So instead we went on to the treadmill, and I don't know, every time I do cardio I always put on these music videos to kind of distract me from the time because I literally can't stand doing cardio and it makes the time go by faster, so don't mind me, okay? Also, I have the treadmill set at like the incline is at 15 and the speed is at 2.5. Of course, halfway through I realized that one of the Stairmasters freed up, so I had to move over there because I literally can't with the treadmill, even though the Stairmasters honestly they honestly kill me. But I just feel like in general it's like way better for you, like it's good for cardio, and then it's also like easier on your joints, like your knees and your ankles. Okay, so I filmed this on a Friday. We're finally on to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, which is leg days, glutes, and core still anyways. And just to prove to you guys that I do core every single day, I'm gonna put some clips in real quick. So usually to start off my leg day, I like to start with stretches, and usually I start with like a butterfly stretch, and I'll also stretch out my arms and shoulders just because usually the day before is the day that I did arms. And then I go into like this straddle hamstring stretch. I don't really know what you call it, but something like that. But I really just do it more for flexibility because I know that if you go to the gym and build a lot of muscle, then you lose your flexibility, and I don't want to lose my flexibility. And now we're finally getting into the leg mobility warm-up stretches. These are super important for the gains. So if we're both trying to be muscle mommies, then we gotta make sure that our mobility is right. And this will just help us during like our workouts, being able to lift more. Like our bodies will be able to handle like heavier weights. I usually start with these deep squats into extensions just because they're the most awkward, I feel like. So I like to just get them out of the way, and I always do this with a wall behind me because yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. Then after that, I go into these lunge stretches, and it also stretches like your hip flexors and your hamstrings. I just couldn't show it 5 times because people kept walking in the way, like as if I wasn't just filming. But just know that I do that about 5 times on each side. Oh my god, keeping up with these voiceovers is insane. But next is these deep side lunges, and this is like really where I feel like the mobility part comes into play, because if you can't do this, then you probably shouldn't be lifting heavy weights. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. Then next up are the 90-degree, I don't really know what you call them. I think they're just called like the 90s, but basically it's because your legs are supposed to be in like a 90-degree angle. And I do this 10 times, so 5 on each leg. Then after that, I just go into this straddle split, just also for flexibility. It's not really like a mobility thing, but it's good for your hips and just like your legs in general. And I hold it for about a minute. Then after that, we're finally on to the last part of like the mobility warm-up, which is just these leg swings. I do them from the side, front, and I guess back, but I do it on both sides. Okay, so next we got the adductor machine. That's basically your inner thighs. Right now I'm at 88 pounds. I did start at I think 44 or 55 pounds, but like I said, I've been going since June, so I've been able to up the weights. But I do 4 sets of 8 for this. And when I tell you these burn so good, like I don't know why, I think these are like one of my favorite workouts for legs in general, even though it's not really like something I'm necessarily trying to grow, but they're just, I don't know, there's something satisfying about these ones. Alright, and then next up is the abductor machine, which is basically for your outer thighs. I do 2 sets leaning forward, where I'm holding on to the actual like bars or like the machine, and I'm like sitting up, like my butt is not hitting the seat as I'm doing this workout. And then the second 2 sets are sitting back. So basically 4 sets total, 10 reps for each set. They both feel really different. I don't know which one's like the better way to do it, so do whatever works best for you. Everybody's bodies is different, so whatever works better in a way that you can actually feel something happening, that's the way you want to do it, as long as you're not like doing anything to injure yourself. Also, I'm pretty sure I have the weight at either 123 or 132 pounds. I'm dyslexic, I can't tell with numbers, but it's something like that. But I did start with, I'm pretty sure, like 90 pounds. pounds, and then I worked my way up. But just, don't go based off of my weights, go based off of your body and your strength, and like don't be embarrassed to start a little lower and then work your way up. If it's too late, it's too late, but if it's too heavy, you don't want to accidentally like hurt yourself. Next, we got leg presses. These are also like my second favorite, but sometimes I'm just so tired that I'm not gonna lie, I skip it sometimes. But I try my best not to. I started doing this first before I would do the adductor and abductor machines because I just get lazy afterwards. Anyways, I did start at like 80 or 90 pounds and now I'm at 205 pounds. And I do use my elbows, like my forearms, to like help support my knees because I'm trying to build muscle, not destroy my knees, if that makes sense. So like even when I had it at 80 pounds, I was still using my elbows as like support. So don't think that I'm cheating with that. It's just helpful. I don't know. Maybe you should try it before you judge me. I also, after every single set, I like to place my feet a little higher because I feel like it targets like a different area. The lower I place my feet, the more it targets my quads, and the higher I place my feet, the more it targets my glutes. So every single set, I kind of place them in a little bit of a different spot. I'm telling you, this song right here from Chingy gets me through every single leg day workout like no other. Like this is literally on repeat for me. Right now I'm getting ready to do some hip thrusts. I always struggle with the bar and like it hitting my hip bones, and it hurts so bad to the point where I don't even want to do hip thrusts anymore, but I know that hip thrusts are like game changing. So I did find this like amazing solution off Amazon. I will tag it in the description, but basically it's like this velcro like strap belt type thing, and you can add anything like a dumbbell or like kettlebells or like plates or like whatever. It just depends basically like on your height. I have to do dumbbells just because I'm not that tall and my legs aren't that long, so if I were to do plates, like it would hit the ground too much, or if I were to do kettlebells, it would be the same problem. But I will link it because it is fucking game changing. Like I'm not even sponsored, but just know that I firmly believe in this product because I've been using it ever since. And I also realized for anybody who's also short, if you use like a lower mat or like those stackable like steps, I don't know what they call those, but this one, like this box that I'm using to rest like my shoulders on, is 12 inches. So it's like the smallest one that they have. I used to use the 18-inch one, but then I realized like it's not doing the same, and my bars keep hitting, like the dumbbells keep hitting the ground. But when I'm using the 12-inch one, it doesn't do that as much. Also, make sure that your legs are hitting 90 degrees as soon as your hips hit all the way to the top. Also, when I'm doing my hip thrusts, I always like to keep my heels on the ground and keep my like heels flexed, and I feel like that gives me way more burn like in my booty, exactly where I want it. And for hip thrusts, I do 50 pounds on each side, so 100 pounds for hip thrusts. And then on the last set of hip thrusts, I don't go all the way down. I do more like short pulses, and I swear that burns your glutes so fucking bad. It's like ridiculous, but it's in the best way. Like it's exactly what you want. So for the final and last workout for glute and leg day, so this is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I like to end it with these hyperextensions so that I can work on my upper glutes and like lower back, like flanks area, like the muffin top, and I use 20-pound weights for that at the same time. Also, for a while I was having a little bit of issues with feeling the hyperextensions where I wanted it to. I was feeling it like in the middle of my back, and I wanted to feel it in my lower back and glutes. So in order to do that, you want to keep your feet turned outwards a little bit and your knees slightly bent. But that's it, honestly. I went through Monday through Friday, but here's a little booty pump pic and I am out of here.